going into senior citizen buildings, restaurants, private homes, different scenarios like that, live in a person where I have handouts and samples. So this is the first time I'm like doing it online. I'm like, wow, can't give out samples. So I'm going to do the best that I can do. But the first thing I always do, I like to try to move me out the way. So it's a little short prayer I like to say. Okay? It goes like this. It's called Prayer for Living with Purpose. Most High Father, Creator, I surrender. Rid me of my ego. Allow me to receive in a state of pure and unconditional love the divine that works through me, emitting frequencies and vibrations, attracting what is needed to carry out the plan according to you, Father. Grant me patience in the process as it emerges into sight and physicality from the ethers. Humbled I am to be chosen for this mission, and I remain steadfast, taking my steps with complete conviction and surrenderance. I receive, I receive, I receive, delivering that which has been bestowed upon me to others in grace, light, and ease. Amen.
Yeah, I say.
Oh, welcome to my presentation. The first thing I would like to say, as far as a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, not a lawyer, Indian chief. I'm not a nurse. I'm none of that. I'm just another human being who have experiences working with essential oils for health and wellness, and I want to share that experience with you. Um, Another thing I like to say is we will be meeting every or twice a month, and it's not confined to essential oils. That's why it says holistic wellness for every area, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever. It's not just not a religious presentation at all. You know what I mean? And so I want it to be interactive also. Like after I present the materials, if you have any experience you want to share, please, because that's what it's about, helping each other. It's like information. And I know everybody has something. Everybody has a gift. God has given everybody something, some gift, some talent, that can help us in this journey. Okay, so I'm gonna go talk about who I am. I first got involved with essential oils about 20 something years ago. I had a headache one day, it would not go away. And I was taking a Tylenol and ibuprofen, and I know about the kind of harm that can do to your kidneys and your liver. So a friend of mine said to me, she handed me this little oil, this little bottle of oil. I said, what's that gonna do? And she applied it and it really worked. And I got real excited about it. I'm like, wow, just that little bit. So I started getting interested in that. But I started working for a company she worked for, and it was a multi-level company. And I didn't realize I would buy a bottle, say, of this size of lavender oil, and I would pay maybe $30 for it. But I didn't know that $5 of it went to her, another five went to her sponsor, another five went to hers, another. But all was said and done, I was really only getting $5 worth of oils, right? So what I did, I found a company in India. So I buy my things straight from India, where everybody's trying to get theirs. It was hard getting it at first because when I first tried to get it, they wouldn't let me do it because they said that a lot of not just companies but countries around the world was coming to India and illegally exporting their oils, and then it would dump all this other oils, mix it up, maybe 1% of oil, and fill it up with carrier oil and put a label on it and call it 100%. Yeah, that little 1% might be 100%, but the rest of it was carrier oils. So I was glad I was able to access it, and it wasn't easy. They kept asking all these questions about who I was, and the only way I got it is because my husband has a nonprofit, and he talked to them and said I was his buyer. So that opened the door for me. So I don't have to go around to these stores that I know they're selling some terrible oils. But anyway, so let's get started. Essential oils. I have some literature I want to share with you guys. Uh, We'll continue. Wait a minute, I'm trying to screen share. Why not letting me green? Okay, here we go. All right, now the first thing is up is what are essential oils? Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Okay, essential oils, you can see that it's compounds extracted from plants, which captures the essence and all that, right? Now, while you're reading that, there's something I want to read to you about essential oils. So give you a basic idea of what I'm talking about.
Althea, can you enlarge this? Please?
Can I what?
Make it a little bit more bigger.
Bigger? Let's see. Does it have it on here? Let's see. No.
Look for the hourglass. It's a magnifying glass.
Let's see. Magnifying glass.
Right here.
Magnifying glass. Where is it? Zoom. Wait a minute.
It's above the capital B on the top line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that one. Okay. So I don't see where it says. It says find and replace. Let me find and replace.
Isn't it a pen screen as well?
You know what? So y'all can't really see that at all, huh? Show function.
See it right up to inhaling the aromas from essential oils can stimulate areas of your lymphatic system. That's all.
Oh, you can see that?
Yeah, up to there. And it's tiny.
Oh, it's okay. You know what? But next that, you know what I'll do? I have something I want to read to y'all, and it's about the oil too.
Okay.
So you get the idea. Okay, it's for communicating with Mother Earth. There's different ways people use to communicate with my glasses with Mother Earth. Okay. Okay. You can communicate through fragrance, and that's what we're talking about, fragrances. Fragrance is the most primal, elemental form of communication, the one shared by plants, animals, humans, and spirit beings. Smell remains the most mysterious of our senses, defying scientific explanations. And the reason why they say defying scientific explanations is because scientists still haven't figured out when someone smells something and it goes to their limbic system, your brain sends that oil to whatever part of the body it needs to go to. That's the part they have not captured and weaponized. I'll put it that way. So that's one of the things. And most of the medicine they even use in pharmacy comes from plants. Okay. It also says fragrance transcends language, bypasses the language filter. The message arrives directly in our hearts, bones, and brains. The part of the brain that processes smell is intimately connected with the part that catalogs memories. Okay? So from that point, essential oils are what they call volatile compounds. That means when you take essential oil and put it on your skin, it turns into a vapor. It doesn't just lay there as a layer of oil on your skin. It actually turns to a vapor, and that's how your skin is able to penetrate the oils. Okay, I'm gonna put up something else. I hope y'all can see this because I did a lot of work on this. All right, can y'all see this?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Now, it's over here, it tells you that it reaches every cell in your body in 20 minutes. Okay, so when you apply it, about 20 minutes, you should start feeling some kind of effect. Depends on what it is. When it says capable of passing the blood-brain barrier, everything you take in doesn't necessarily make it to that region of your brain. So that's what essential oils can reach to that part of your brain to send it to other parts of your body where it's needed. That's the magical part of it is. There's an increase in ozone and negative ions. If you ever sit by the ocean and the waves are going back and forth, and it relaxes you, that's the negative ions feeling. And that's the same kind of thing you get from essential oils. It regenerates DNA because the vaccines they're giving out is affecting and manipulating your DNA. Essential oils kind of regenerate. It relaxes and clears your mind if that's what you want to use it for. But this part, it calms your emotions. The limbic system, that's where when it goes inside, that's what tells you, okay, now you go here, you go here. If it's eucalyptus, it goes to your lungs, so it's good for your lungs. If it's lavender, it's good for your nerves, you know, things like that. So it's like your brain tells you exactly where to go. Okay. It supports, it says support system cleaning. Anytime you use essential oils, you should drink a lot of water to get it circulating in your body so it can be eliminated as toxins. And it releases emotional trauma, increases atmospheric oxygen, because everybody knows the interdependency of plants. Whenever we exhale carbon dioxide. The plants, when they exhale oxygen. So it's an interdependent relationship. We need plants, plants need us. The substances and compounds that's in plants that protects us from the disease and insects and the weather, climate, is the same substance that go into our bodies when we eat the plant or when we apply essential oils. We get those same things to protect us as well. And that's where it's so healing. Okay, essential oils are mentioned, let's see, let me take this down, so many times in the, not just in the Bible, all the literature I have read, you know, they mention oils, use it for anointing, taking, massaging. In the Bible alone, it's mentioned 351 times. That lets you know, even like I said, it's not a religious presentation, but they bought the baby Jesus frankincense and myrrh for a reason, because it's antiseptic. It kills bacteria, and they knew they were in a major where it was dirt and sheep, and so they bought them some they knew that could cleanse them.
So let me ask you a question out there.
Sure.
So, like, putting it on your skin is one way to use essential oils, and aromatherapy is another way. Is one better than the other? Because I know that we talk about the skin being the largest organ on the body and how it gets into the body. But there's something about, like you said, limbic. When I smell aroma, it can be calming.
When you inhale the nose hairs in your nose, okay, the olfactory hairs, that's what directs the oils. Like when you smell it, it attaches onto the hairs.
Wow.
And the hairs is what sends it to your pituitary. Your pituitary gland, all right? Now, if you wanted to get to your body, we're supposed to, when you put it here, that's one place for your pituitary gland to get it. Okay, another place is under your tongue. You put a drop on your thumb and put it in the roof of your mouth. That's another way of getting to your bloodstream.
Wow.
Yes, under your tongue, on top of your head, and behind your neck. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
those are like those are
exactly.
chakras as well.
Yes, they are, and they're interrelated. Everything God made is interconnected.
Okay.
You know, yeah, like Selma's going. She has this. That the lavender on your wrist is another place to get the oils in really fast, and on the bottom of your feet has the largest pores on your body. So that's always a good idea. Once you settle down for the day, put some oils on the bottom of your feet and put some socks on if you wanted it to get, you know what I mean? And it'll get there, you know. Let's see what else. Where's my, now usually when I use it, I normally use gloves, you know, and it's the reason, you know, the first time I got involved and I was working with peppermint oil, why did I forget with no gloves and scratched my face? Oh my God, it started eating the meat out my eyes. It was like, and I couldn't even wash it. I had to actually take soap because, you know, water and oil don't mix. You have to have that soap to break that. And I had to literally take soap and put it in my eye because I would probably be blind if I didn't do it. So you got to be careful when you're using essential oils. Another thing, when I'm making up things and put it in, I always got to remember put a label on it. Okay, so it's the reason why it's a dark bottle, right? It's dark because the sun will destroy it. It cannot sit in the sun. It will destroy you, or you got to keep it in somewhere, a darker place where it's cool, not sun. Speaking of sun, there's certain oils that you should not be in the sun. Citrus oils. You should not wear them and go out in the sun. It will burn you. Okay, it will definitely burn you. So, if I do make something with citrus, it's something that you will only use at night before you go to bed. Like, for instance, someone called and they wanted something to remove the dark circles from their eyes. Well, lemon definitely fades, and lavender fades too. So I mixed the two, but you can only use it at night. You know, now during the day, they can just use the straight lavender for that also. And I chose lavender to talk about today because that's how I got introduced to the oils in the first place. See my arm from here to here. I backed into a Wolfgang Puck oven. I don't know if you know what they are, but it was so good. On the screen, I was trying to open it and it slipped and all this skin came off. It hurt so bad. But I remember, thank God, I happened to have some lavender oil and I forgot the top was off of it. So when I did it, it poured right on. But guess what? The hurt, pain went away instantly. I'm like, because I was like ready to go to the hospital. The pain left. When I did finally get to the hospital, the nurse said, she said, you're going to have pink arm with black spots, and you're going to have a scar for the rest of your life. 2 weeks later, look, I was amazed. I mean, I was already using lavender for headaches and things like that to relax, and I had read where when they first discovered lavender, as far as burn, there was in a laboratory. A fire had broken out, and this guy burned himself, and the lavender accidentally spilled on him and took the pain right away. And that was in the 1950s sometime, you know what I mean? So if you have to have any oil, have a lavender, because lavender has so many uses. Let me see if I can put this up on here. Y'all can see. Hopefully. Oh man, I'm gonna show you this. Can y'all see this? Okay, and I can make it even larger. Okay, now you can see what kind of oils you use for different things. It's just kind of give you a general idea. I'll give you a chance to look at it. So see where it says mouth? I take a bottle, any size bottle, and I use peppermint and tea tree, sometimes clove, 2 or 3 oils. I never have to buy mouthwash, never. Mouthwash are just prices, $6, $7. Okay, if you have a bottle this size, it has 200 to 300 drops in it, in a bottle. 2 or 3 drops in here for mouthwash. You know how much money that saves you? This is just one, example of how it is cost effective. What else? To build immunity, I make a, where's that? I make a, what's that called? I'm not following my format. I make an immunity blend. And my immunity blend has lemon, oregano, tea tree, cinnamon, rosemary, clove, eucalyptus, lemon. I think I have lemongrass in one bottle.
When you say you make it, how do you make it? Where do you get your stuff from?
Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm glad you asked that question. All right, I take a bottle. It has to be dark.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me.
And I have, where's my? I'm telling my dog.
I bet you have a bunch. You got a bunch of stuff too. You
I got a bunch of stuff.
I
know. I had
How long have you been doing this kind of stuff? How long have you been making stuff?
I never did it online before.
No, I mean, just how long have you been putting together oils and
about 15 years. Okay, I use a funnel. Here's a little funnel. Can y'all see the funnel?
Bring it. Yeah, there you go.
And that goes on top.
The
thing I was looking for was my dropper. I had a dropper. Where did it go? I'm on the computer. But anyway, somewhere. Anyway, I had a It's like an eyedropper. You
Right.
drop the oil in. All right. Now, how much oil should go in here? I guess you're asking, right? And I'm going to show you how concentrated it is. This is a 1/4 teaspoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Half of this is 1/8 of a teaspoon. If you put 12 drops in this bottle, that's enough for 1 ounce of oil. In other words, if I put 12 drops in this bottle and fill it with carrier oil, you'll have a workable therapeutic grade oil to use. So
Okay.
you see how concentrated it is. In other words, 12 drops wouldn't even cover this amount. But you put it in here, fill it up with carrier oil, and the carrier oil could be coconut oil, it could be olive oil, it could be carrot seed oil, anything like that. And where'd it go?
But you had a number of different kinds of oils. You had fennel seed. Let's see. You had.
I have a lot of different. I have maybe about 50 or something different oils, but each oil has so many uses.
You only put like a couple of drops of each, like in the immune system. You have.
In the, right, for the immunity, I put 1 or 2 drops of each oil because you don't want to overdo it because it's so strong.
Right.
You know, you can irritate the skin. So I always tell people before they use it, they should do a skin test to see how it affects them. Also, before you ingest any oil, check with your doctor if you're on any kind of medications. It may not mix with your medication, depends, because although it's natural, it still can hurt you if you don't take it properly. Okay. So like lavender, you can put, the best way I use lavender is just like she did, put a couple drops in your hand, rub it, and cut your nose and inhale. Okay. I also have a eucalyptus one because of what's going on now. I made one with oregano, rosemary, and eucalyptus, the blend. I put it in the palm of my wrist, and I'll sit there. I might watch TV. We're talking. I might be talking on the phone, and I'll just take a couple deep inhales, and you can feel it going in your lungs. And what it does, it kills any bacteria or virus that's in your lungs. It breaks up the mucus, and the next day you see all the stuff I'm bringing up, blowing my nose, and you know it's clear because the stuff clearing my lungs, so I don't have to take, you know, synthetic medication trying to clear. I haven't had the shot. I'm not talking about the shot because that's like controversial, but because I haven't, so I have to protect myself. So I constantly try to make my lungs nice and clear, and also take zinc. That helps too, because if you have zinc in your lungs, virus can't get through that wall. It cannot make it through that cell wall if you have zinc. So, and I didn't really know that. I kind of read something about it. When I went to my doctor, she said, "Oh, you're really good, your zinc levels," and because I've been doing that, you know, trying to get better, right? Yeah. But I also use essential oils to lose weight. It helped me lose weight. When I first retired, I was 220 pounds. You know what I mean? I'm down to 162 now.
I can't testify to that.
And what I did was I took apple cider vinegar. So instead of getting lemons from the store, and because they go bad, lemons go bad, I just take my essential oil of lemon. I put it in. See, I never have to go to the store to buy lemons, you know. And the lemon is not the juice; they take the rind of the lemon and cold press it to get that oil. That's what's healing. It's not so much the inside of the juice. Not saying the juice is bad, but it's more concentrated to get the oils from the rind, the outside core of the lemon or the orange or whatever. And so I do that to stay healthy. I also add cinnamon to it, apple cider vinegar, honey, actually make it palatable, but it has its health benefits also. A pinch of cayenne pepper, because the cayenne pepper kickstarts your metabolism and starts burning fat right away. And what else I put in? I said honey, lemon, and a teaspoon of cinnamon, and that raises your immunity level also. And it takes care of inflammation. So those things mixed together, you know, help me lose weight. I would put that in an 8-ounce glass of water, not spigot, but spring or distilled or purified, every morning before I put anything on my stomach. And it actually cut my appetite, you know, I had time to think about what I was going to prepare instead of just throwing anything in my mouth. You know, I suffer from, I have racing thoughts all the time. I have tinnitus, so I'm hearing 2 or 3 different sounds in my ear 24/7. You know, so it's hard for me to focus. A lot of people don't know, they know something's wrong with me. They don't know what it is. Not sure, you know, when I talk. So I have Diane or somebody saying who know me out there, breathe. You know what I mean? Because it's a real struggle for me. Like I'm sitting here now talking to you, but my mind is racing all over the place. But the oils help me become grounded.
Well, that's the same thing with the, you know, that's just you being a genius. And then, you know, so I'm gonna change that language for you. You know,
Oh, that's so nice.
There ain't nothing wrong. It's just different.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
But another thing.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, you can.
How would you use the immune system? I mean, how do you know how much to use, or do you have to deal with that person one-on-one? How would you know how much to take?
Well, the immunity is I put on a roll-on. So you're not taking it internally as far as drinking it. So when somebody uses it, when I hand it to them or whatever, they just take the top off. It has a roller ball, so it rolls around. So you can easily roll it. You see what I'm doing? You roll it on your wrist. You can roll it behind your ears. You can roll it here. You can roll it anywhere in your body's gonna take it in. Okay, no matter where you put it, your body is going to take it in because it turns to a vapor. It doesn't stay oily. That's why.
So it's not ingested. That's what I'm.
Not right. This isn't. Now, if you read some, and I always stress for people to do research because that's how I found out a lot about the oils. Besides my own experience and other people's experience, for instance, okay, as much as I love lavender and much as I used it, I found out something new about it. I was working at the time because, you know, I taught school, and it was a behavior specialist that came to monitor his kids. And we were talking about oils, and he said, I use essential oils too. So I said, what do you use? He said, lavender. I'm like, well, that's my favorite. But he used it for a whole different reason. I use it to relax. He said, I said, what you use it for? He says, I have multiple allergies. I said, what do you do? He said, I use lavender. And I'm thinking, how? He said he takes a couple drops and put it in a vegetable capsule and just takes it every day. All his allergies is fine. And I'm like, what? Well, I don't have allergies. But I told him, I said, that's really good information for people who do suffer with allergies. So anytime I'm doing a presentation or if I hear somebody say they have allergies, I always say, get some lavender. And they're like, lavender? But it works. It also works on eczema and psoriasis. I didn't know that either. You know, but I make a body butter and I use my regular body butter. And then when somebody said, can you make something for eczema? I don't know. I never made it for eczema, right? But I did my research and found out that tea tree oil and peppermint oil together combats the suffering in the skin. And I mix it with my body butter and they have some really good results, you know, because I tell them, tell me if it works. A lot of times I give things away just to see if it's going to work so that I can come back and tell somebody else. You know what I mean?
I got my cream for my face. I got it.
Oh, who's that, Sharon?
Yeah, I got my cream for my face.
Share your experience with that, please.
So far, my face is clear. I don't use other creams. I don't know if you can see it. Let me put my light on it. But to me, my skin is very clear now. I've been using it ever since David, sent it to me. So let me see. Can I get on? I don't know if I can stay on screen long.
Come on, give it a try.
My skin is very cleer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I've been using what you gave me: the coconut oil, mango butter, aloe vera butter. I have it all mixed together here, and I've been using it.
Okay, and you don't need a lot of it, do you?
No, I don't. And I think my face is really very clear.
It is, see? It's because
it does look clear. You got a little glow to you. Come on. Get closer. Get closer to the camera. Get closer.
I need it for this age. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And now I'm gonna get it off.
Unbelievable. Before you go, Sharon,
Yes.
Let us say happy birthday to you. Happy
That's
birthday to
tomorrow.
you.
It's tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
You want to tell?
Oh,
If you want to tell you what number you're coming up on, because people won't believe that.
70. You
Oh, you
also
look
sent
good
me
for 70.
the immune, right? I have this.
Uh-huh.
So I have this and the cream for my face. I use that every day. Now the immune, I just started. The ingredients on this, you said I have eucalyptus.
Mhm.
I have the cinnamon bark, the rosemary, tea tree. What's tea tree?
Tea tree.
Tea tree and lemongrass and clover in this.
No, uh-huh.
And I can use this. I put this on my wrist.
Yes, you can put on your
Okay.
wrist. And that protects you from the virus and bacteria and
Right.
things that at the same time it's raising your immunity against that thing. You know what I mean? It's really, really, really work. And before I go to the supermarket, what I do, I rub some on my hand, and when I get the cart, I rub it on the hand.
Oh, I don't do all that.
You know,
Okay.
that's just
That's
how
good
it
to know.
is.
I'm just letting you know I do
before
use
go
your
with
product. I
Good.
do
I'm
use
glad you do. I'm glad
Okay.
you shared that.
Ah.
Yes. Now, Carol, you have gotten some things from me before. Would you like to share, good or bad?
Yeah,
Share.
no, because it's all good. I've had a little bit of everything that Althea has made over years,
Yeah.
and it all works. Her hand sanitizer, I love. She has something which you breathe and it goes into your system.
Yeah.
The body butter, the pain cream,
Yeah, the pain.
the face cream, stuff for my hair, even though I'm bald, but I still use it on my scalp. Everything Althea is talking about is true. It works. The stuff that you rub on your wrists together, everything. And I still have some because I don't keep it in any light.
Right,
It's,
That's
you know, I keep it in darkness. And my sister has used it.
Oh yeah,
I've
she
had-
love my.
Yeah,
I went up
had
to the
many-
nursing home every so often. Had to get
So
their
I-
foot jars. Okay.
Yeah, so I can vouch
That's good.
for
Okay.
all of her products. It's very, very good and healthy.
Okay.
Very healthy.
Now, this is not an infomercial, but your skin looks amazing too.
Yes, she does have.
Thank you.
Carol always had nice.
And I'm 71.
71. Black don't crack for sure, especially if you take care of it.
I'll be 70 this month.
Wow.
25th, 70. Okay, another thing I want to say about the eucalyptus. I keep this on my nightstand. And what this is the empty prescription bottle. And I put cotton ball. All right. Now, the first time I did this, I put like maybe 4 or 5 drops and I closed. You know how long that lasted? Almost a year.
Yes.
I had lost it at one point and found it. I put, and it was like, so what I do, if I ever wake up at night or whatever, and I feel like it might be a little stopped up, take the top off, hold one nostril, and long and slow. Hold the other nostril, long and slow. So forget the inhalers and all this stuff. And right on my, you know how much that cost me? 3 drops of oil compared to all the medicines they get for that. It's amazing.
I bet that lavender and the mints would be great for people who have a hard time sleeping as well.
Well, that's me.
Mhm.
It's me. I just got finished doing what they call a sleep study, and they sent me a sleep mask. I hated it. It made me, I think it kept me awake.
Yeah.
You know, because regardless, I still have the sounds going through my head all the time. Can you imagine that? Hearing tunes in your head 24/7, it never stops.
Yeah.
It never stops. So when my husband turned off the TV, it wakes me up because it's really loud in my head. But he can't sleep with the TV on, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I do the lavender, I put on my, I also take.
Some people would say that that is the celestial music that rings inside of all of us all the time. It's just yours is playing louder.
You trying to make me feel better. I thought you were just trying to make me.
No, you know.
He said, "Oh, you're picking up some frequencies."
Yeah, that's
Plants do have frequencies. Rose has the highest frequency.
well, you know, you talk about the kingdom of heaven is within. You're just tapped in.
You can also have I put lavender in here in my bathroom for those times. I gotta tell you what times. Just a few drops. What I do, I put water in it, and I put a little witch hazel or a little alcohol, 90%, because what it does, what the alcohol does, it allows the oil, because you know oil and water don't mix. The alcohol mixes good with oil, and alcohol mixes good with water. So if you mix the three together, it tend to have a uniform, and you might have to shake it a little bit, but that's what's in here. And I spray it on my dog. It's great for fleas. When your dog got fleas, fleas hate lavender. Mosquitoes hate lavender. One way I found, I went to a cookout. I had just started making my body butters. So I had put some zinc in it to protect me from the sun too much, just a little bit. And I put a little lavender oil because I like the smell. But I went to a cookout one day and everybody was fanning the bees and all that. And somebody said to me, Althea, how come you're not fanning the bees away? I said, well, ain't no bees bother me. They don't like lavender. Mosquitoes do not like lavender. They don't like mice. Hate peppermint oil. If you ever have a problem with mice, get some peppermint. They cannot stand peppermint. Right. So I had a lot of calls for peppermint. I had to reorder extra peppermint oil because I'm finding out that a lot of oils they sell on these tables in these streets and these stores is so far from being pure. It really is. You know what I mean? There's a few. I'm not going to push any one product, but I'll tell you, Revive. And I don't usually do that, but to save you your money, if you buy an oil from the store, matter of fact, Revive don't even sell theirs in the store because they don't want theirs. See, companies that don't sell their oils in the store, they're careful because they know how people adulterate oils. So you can only get certain things online. That's Vitality and Revive. I can put it in the chat. If you're going to purchase oil, stay off the tables because they're all diluted more than 50%. More than 50%, you know.
So they're putting that cut on it.
They put the cut on it. You might get 10% lavender and 90% coconut oil if they even use coconut oil. They might use some other kind of oil. And let you know, vegetable oil is not the oil to use. Vegetable oil is not made from vegetables, to let you know. They say it's a vegetable because it comes from a plant, but it comes from reed plants, not from vegetables that we eat. But not if you don't know any better, you would think they came from vegetables, right?
Right,
you know, the vegetables we eat, they don't.
I've heard you mention
it stays on top of your skin; it doesn't absorb.
I heard you mention more than one time about the butters, and I guess in future webinars, when we come back in our next episode, maybe you can start, showing us how to. Because I know about butters, but I don't know how to make them.
Well, actually, you don't really make them. They're kind of, well, you can make them. You know what I mean? I haven't made the butter. What I have done, I have purchased butters wholesale, and then I whipped them and I added my oils to them like that. You know what I mean?
But what is the butter then? I mean, when you say you purchase butter, what kind of
mango butter, aloe butter, shea butter?
Okay.
Avocado butter. The avocado butter, that's like the premium. Oh my God, you can use that straight and it makes your skin so soft. Oh my God. So I just put that in my body butter because it does. It's one of those, it costs a little more than the other, but it's worth it. But I combine them all and I put the lavender in it. You know, you don't have to have the lavender when I used to sell it, And I never used to vend my oils. I used to always do presentations. And if somebody want to make a purchase, they do it afterwards and stuff like that, But I'm just in a space now. I don't have to pay my bills with my oils. And that's a blessing. It really is, because I'm retired now. You know what I mean? It's not like running after the money. That's not me anyway. So God really has me in a good space. What else I wanted to talk about?
Can I interject for a minute?
Sure.
How would a person purchase your products, number one, if they've never used them before? I mean, how would you, I'm a beginner, I'm a newcomer, so what would I purchase? Or do you have a sample kit or what?
Well, you know what? I would suggest you give me, because you have my number, right? Daryl?
Yes, I have it.
Yes, you have a number. Well, give me a call or we'll have a conversation. But I don't know if you heard me when I first came on. I don't want to use this platform to try to sell my products. It's about education. But if you do have a concern, or if you want to discuss something further, then call me on the phone.
Okay,
We'll
will
talk
do.
about that.
Thank you.
Because everybody's different. Everybody's body is different. Because one thing, it's like recovery. Because one thing when you may not work for somebody else. You know,
Right,
you gotta,
right.
like really, really customized, and that's what attracts me to this practice because it's done on an individual basis.
Right.
For me, it depends on what your issue is. You know, and I like that because you get to talk and I get to know the person better and with the issues, and I start learning some things. Also, you know, whenever I do research, I learn so much doing research. And when I research anything, I used to at least 3 sources. The resources have to kind of say the same thing before I take it on, you know. What else?
Thank you.
Oh, you know what else is good for people who if you're nauseous or if you're on a plane, you get motion
sickness. Yeah.
Just take a drop of lavender and put it on your navel. Just rub it on your navel. It'll take care of the motion sickness. Or if you're in a boat and you get seasick, just take some and rub it. Here, I'm doing it now.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay, you like lavender. I like eucalyptus. Am I saying it correctly? What is eucalyptus good for? Because that's the one I use mostly is eucalyptus.
Okay, eucalyptus. Each oil has a strong point, right? So the strong point for eucalyptus is lungs. When you think of eucalyptus, think of breathing. That's the strong point. It also relaxes. You also have antioxidants that kill free radicals and things like that. But the main thing is the breathing. Like lavender, their main thing is to relax you. Tea tree is healing wounds and scars. You know, each one has a strength, although each oil has multiple uses. But the 10, like lavender, like relax, tea tree to heal, eucalyptus to breathe, you know. So when you like a particular oil and use it, but research it, because guess what? It's going to give you a whole multiple other ways you can use it too. You'll be surprised. You know?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do like. I use my diffuser. Let me show you another way to get it in your system. And now see that?
Oh, that's a vapor?
It's a diffuser.
Diffuser.
Put water in it and whatever oils you want. So say somebody has a cold or something, they put a your little eucalyptus in there and sit it by the stuff, and the vapors come. I also make something, a disinfectant to purify the air. I make that up and I put that in there to purify the air. You know what I mean? So you depends on what's going on, you will put it in there. And they have them on all the stores, all sizes, all prices, and you can put whatever blend of oils that you want. You know, let's see what else in here. Nosebleeds. Lavender is good for nosebleed. If you have a nosebleed, take a little piece of ice, take a piece of tissue and put some lavender on it, wrap the piece of ice around the tissue and stick it right here between your nose and your upper lip. And your who said that?
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
Sound like he was doing it right now, right?
No, I'm in pain.
Oh.
Yeah, let me mute myself. I forgot.
You have a question?
What's good for pain?
Okay. Now, pain. Where's my pain sound? I think I saw with pain. Now, what I did when I made, because a lot of people experience pain. So my thing is, let me see. What I did, I looked up all the oils that dealt with pain or whatever level, and I just blended them all. And it happened to be 9 different oils. And I blend them all together with a little beeswax, coconut oil, and then the 9 different oils. I also put in, like, in other words, clove oil is in it, but I also use the spice, the seasoning clove, and put that in it. I put a cayenne pepper That's a painkiller too. Cayenne pepper is actually a painkiller. I didn't even realize that until I did my research. So I have to put cayenne pepper in there too. Lemongrass, peppermint oil is a painkiller. Clove. When I had a tooth removed not too long ago, I had this toothache. Oh my God. I got clove oil. What am I doing in pain? I took a Q-tip, dipped it, put on there, and it stopped. It shrunk the nerves just like that. I wasn't had to get full, but it does. That's what's in the dentist advice, clove oil. It's the same little thing they put on ham. I don't eat it, but you know I'm talking about the little cloves. It's a cloves oil is amazing. It's very amazing. It's an antiseptic, antioxidant, all that. Raise the immunity. That's why it's in a blend. Like I said, each oil has multiple uses. All right, let me find. I'm not done. Bee stings. That's good too. We're still talking about lavender. Well, bee stings. If you ever get a bee sting, it heals just like that. Hay fever, dandruff. If you have dandruff, buff some lavender oil in it. It'll get rid of it. Dry chapped in. I made my little lip balm, my little lavender for my chapped lips during the winter time. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to go out and buy chapstick. I just have that. And you can put any oil you want in it. You can put lavender. I made matter of fact, this is lemongrass. This is a lemongrass lip balm. But I made lemongrass, I made lavender, I made some other thing. Also, I have dropper bottles. Now, usually we use a dropper bottle if you just want to add a couple drops. Remember I said I couldn't find a dropper. That was with this one you want to drop. So when he asked me, how do I make one of these? Take this, put that on top, take the dropper, and drop. 1. See, you can either do that and count 12 drops, but you see how time consuming, and sometimes it might be more than 1 drop. That's why instead of doing that, I just take this and fill it halfway up. So it's approximately 12 drops. Then that way, I can just take this, put that on top, pour it right in, and then fill the rest up with coconut oil. That's how it is. And you should dilute all oils, except lavender is the only oil that you don't have to dilute. That's something else I had learned, because I thought you had to dilute every oil, and some oils you have to dilute more than others, like cinnamon, rosemary, tend to be kind of strong. Oregano oil. Now, let me tell you about oregano oil. Now, oregano oil, and this is scientifically proven, they tested oregano oil and found out that it outperformed 18 different antibiotics. It worked better than penicillin and all that. That's why, what's his name, Purdue? That's why he advertises no more hormones. You know why? Because he uses oregano oil on his chickens so they won't get diseased and bacteria. And that's so much cheaper than pharmaceutical antibiotics. So that's why, another reason why I put it in the thing that I breathe in, because I know it's going to kill that bacteria. It's going to kill the viruses in my lungs and break them up. But if you look at Purdue, it says never hormone, y'all see it advertised, but he don't tell you what he use. He don't tell you what he use. He uses oregano. And I was already using it. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. So it's about being, it's like preventative. A lot of things you can prevent if you use these oil on a regular basis. Like I use my mouthwash every day. So every day after I brush my teeth and I wash my mouth, I'm getting it in my body. I'm getting it in. Let's see what else I'm going to talk about. The fades dark marks. I have a woman. She has dark circles under her eyes. And she said, oh, make me something. And I don't know if it's going to work or not. And I'm honest with people. They say, make me this, and I had never made any before. So for what I knew about the oils, I said, well, I'll take a little lavender, mix that, a little coconut or whatever. And now her circles are like gone. And I've seen her taking all these trips and she's looking gorgeous. And I'm like, and I forgot. I'm like, what did you do? She said, I used oil. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? And my husband, he's on me all the time, like, you should have a spreadsheet, you should have a website, you know. I said, but then that becomes work. I don't want to work. I'm retired. I don't work 42 years as older. I ain't trying to work, you know. So I enjoy it. It's just something I do. I love the oils. It kind of keeps me close to God. You know, so that's not this thing, but it does because God made these plants. You know what I mean? So anytime I'm working with them, I can't help but think about His power. You know, the magic of these plants. You know what I mean? I also do. I use crystals in my just for my personal use and wellness. I use crystals because they're all connected. And I will be bringing on people like next week. Maybe I may bring someone on, and her strong thing is the crystals and how it's interrelated with the oils. You know, because it's this holistic idea about getting well. It's not just about oils. It's about a whole lot. Is the time's almost up?
Yeah, I'm glad that you started teasing next week. I know you don't. You have something.
I mean next week. I mean week after next.
Right, we have the next. But we've got. Do you have anything for tornadoes? Because we got one coming this way.
Okay. So if anybody has anything they want me to present next week, or any kind of issues they want to present that they have that they want me to address, we can do that. You know, like I'm open. You know, any questions about anything?
Althea, this is ready. I see on the picture you had there, you had digestive.
Oh,
and I have a big issue with my digestive system.
Okay, yeah. There you go. So, and I did too. I had to have an endoscopy because I kept having all these pains in my stomach. They kept me in the hospital for 2 days trying to figure out what the problem was. They gave me some medicine because they said it was all in my head. It made me have a seizure, which is why my mouth is kind of twisted now because of that. So I stopped taking it. So what I do instead, I do the sea moss. I make smoothies in the morning and I use sea moss.
Okay.
And another good, you see where it says digestive peppermint, long as you don't have, what you call, acid reflux. Some people suffer with that, but ginger is excellent for digestion. Okay. Excellent. Fennel, clove, all these things listed here is good for digestion. You can mix it with in your tea, depends on what it is. Of course, you can mix lemon and peppermint. You can mix it in your food, in your smoothies, and just get it in you. All these things are good for you. Like I said, they kept me in the hospital 2 whole days. Because I thought something was really wrong with me, and they told me it was all in my head. Had me take this medicine and everything. So, yeah, that's real good. Matter of fact, I was sitting at a meeting once, and this girl was sitting there. She was nauseous. She was bent over, and I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "I'm nauseous." So I told her, "Stick your hand out." And I happened to have some ginger, a rolled one, and I rolled it on her hand. I said, "Now lick your hand." So I went back to my seat. Next thing you know, she said, "Oh, what was that you put on thing? The nausea went away." I said, "Ginger." Another time, same meeting, a guy was in there because he was kind of medication. He kept falling asleep. And he kept lying. I told him, "Stick out the hand." I rubbed some peppermint oil on him. He started inhaling that, I woke him up, you know. So this stuff, like I said, God don't make no junk. You just don't. Everything He makes has a purpose, you know what I mean? So I hope somebody got something out of it, and we'll be back in 2 weeks with some more new stuff. I'll be probably making up more stuff, talking about more oils. Other people, matter of fact, one sister wanted to come and do a little spoken word. I said, whatever. Everybody has something to give. Everybody has some experience to share, whether it's sickness, wellness, what you do, what you're doing now, what you want to do. Okay, Brian, you have a question? You got your hand up?
Yeah, so I have stents put in my leg, my left leg, and ever since then, I've been having this pain, man, like never before, and it comes and goes, but it comes and stay more than it goes. So what you're telling me about the pain oil is something that can take away my pain or something?
Well, what did I send you before? Did I send you something?
Yeah, you sent me something for the nerve pain.
In a jar? I mean,
yeah,
you know,
and I
may not help
think
every
there
patient.
might. I think there might be something in that jar that I may be allergic to.
Okay, what
because
happened?
I had some funny reaction.
What kind of reaction?
I can't remember what it was. I just stopped using it.
Okay, all right. Well, if you knew what was allergic to, then I would know to leave that out. But you don't really know. Maybe you should do a patch test. But if you know, I'm not going to send you the same thing. Of course not. But if I knew exactly what you broke out for it, then I could leave that out.
Right.
In the meantime, wherever you are, if you can get a hold of some clove oil, some peppermint oil, some rosemary, something like that, and rub that on, and take a hot, wet towel. Once you put it on, that'll help penetrate. Just don't use a heating pad. You can't use dry heat on oil because you burn yourself. But get a hot, moist cloth and put it on there, and that'll help the oils to penetrate into your bloodstream. It might give you some relief. Because a lot of people who have neuropathy swears by the oils on their feet. They have a hard time with the pain in their feet, and they use it on their feet. But it depends on the level of pain. Everybody's different. Everybody's not the same, you know. But I hear the music, and that usually means it's like time to pack up. But I thank everybody for showing up and supporting me, for supporting us.
I want to thank you, and I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I'll be in touch.
All right.
We'll talk tomorrow. Okay.
All right.
Good presentation out there.
Everybody, we'll be back in 2 weeks. We'll be back in another 2 weeks.
Okay.
All right, watch it between. Great presentation.
Thank you for the information up there. Thanks out there.
Next week.